way to go, Warner Brothers. Way to go to set the cat amongst the pigeons. Yes, Warner Brothers have released a deleted scene online of Justice League. And it's Henry Cavill, aka Kal-El, aka Superman, the son of Jor-El, walking onto the ship, and we see the black suit. And it's got Zimmer's kind of Man of Steel theme. It's epic, it's fantastic, it should have been in the film. Some say it was pointless. Listen, it just shows his frame of mind. It shows a personal moment for the audience, and Superman, him walking, he's just come back from the dead. He's preparing to put on a suit. It's a pretty emotional, kind of quiet moment. And I think it's a great scene. It looks like it's Zack's scene, but who knows for sure. I thought the kind of Batman first shot in the actual theatrical cut was actually Zack's. It looked so Zack, but it ended up being Joss. And I thought it was actually a well-shot scene by Joss. So you just don't know who's done what at the moment. That's kind of what a quandary of a mess we're in. But a lot of people are quite angry. You think people would be excited by seeing this, but they're angry because they're thinking, what might have been if we had Zack's cut? Listen, if we had Zack's cut, I reckon this film would have made just under $1 billion globally, if not $1 billion. I don't think it would have beaten the first Avengers, but it still would have done a lot better than it did. So them bringing in 650 with losing Zack or taking Zack off the project and trying to get Joss to make it lighter, funnier, you know, trying to make it basically an Avengers movie, an MCU Disney movie, they lost a lot of money. But not to have either director on the press tour, again, very damaging. So really, because of the situation with Cavill's Tash and everything, for them to bring back 650 million was amazing. They got away with actual murder, even bringing that money. So now they've posted this deleted scene because they know a lot of people, out of kind of anger and frustration, will not buy the Blu-ray or digital copy of the theatrical cut of Justice League. So they're just trying to pump it up. But they know what they're doing. Listen, I believe they really, really want to release the Snyder Cut. They know how much money this could make. If they release this globally, actually Zack's cut with Junkie XL's music, it's going to be massive, and it's totally a different film. So this could, at least, I don't know, this could make another 500 million for them, maybe more, if they release it like a proper new, because it is a new film, it isn't that film, so they may as well release it globally and then do the Blu-ray and the 4K and the digital release like they would normally do with any other release. I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to squeeze everything they can out of the Blu-ray and the digital release. Then I think there'll be an announcement, maybe April, May, about when they'll release it release the Snyder Cut theatrically. So it's very, very exciting at the moment. I know it doesn't seem like we should be exciting. My advice to you guys is keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on hashtagging, release the Snyder Cut. Do videos like this. Just show how badly you want to see this cut, because I think it's working. They now know we don't want a Disney MCU happy, funny, everyone smiling every 5 minutes. My problem, I mean, I found the Whedon cut very underwhelming, and on my way home in the cab I was just depressed. I lied to the cabbie that I enjoyed it, and I didn't really want to get into it with a cabbie because we're not all versed on the internet and how things work with films, so I just didn't really want to go into it. But I was depressed, and when I came home to kind of, because I do these videos on Instagram and I talk about what I think of films, TV shows, and I was very honest, but I was just feeling so low at the time. I've rewatched it a couple of times. Listen, it's okay, but because I had these expectations of it continuing and having the tone of Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, it was very, very disappointing, and I was gutted. In fact, I was devastated. But as I've said, I believe Warner Brothers want to release this. There's money to be made. They've only got one film out this year, the DCEU. We all know what it is. It's the much anticipated Aquaman by James Wan. It's going to be an awesome, epic film. I don't think it's going to have the problems Justice League did. I think it's going to have dark. I think it's going to have dark. It's going to have some funny stuff. I think this could be a really good movie. And I even think the critics, I know, the critics may even like it. And we know that Rupert Gregson, whatever his name is, who did the score for a Wonder Woman, is apparently tapped to do the score for Aquaman. So that means, and his music in Wonder Woman wasn't kind of Marvel MCU. It had a kind of robust nature to it, didn't it? So if this is actually true, then they understand now, Warner Brothers, what we want. We don't, you know, DCU needs to do what it's done from the beginning and be its own set of films. And if critics are going to bash us for being too dark or not having enough smiles or laughs, that's fine, that's up to them. It's got to be ignored because let's be honest, thus far, Zack Snyder's DCU verse, 5 movies in, has made more money than the MCU did at the same stage. So that goes to tell you something. So we saw how terribly upset the critics were that Suicide Squad made so much money. I like Suicide Squad. I think it did what it was supposed to do. Wasn't the best film ever, but it wasn't supposed to be. But it was still a very enjoyable film. Wonder Woman was fantastic. BVS was awesome. MOS was epic. I mean, out of them all, Man of Steel is my favourite. Massive Superman fan. But, you know, I love BVS. And I just feel that the lesson has been learnt. So I know we keep on criticising Warner Bros. I think they've learnt their lesson now. But I do believe we'll see a Snyder Cut. This release of this deleted scene has really set the cat amongst the pigeons and really got people talking and thinking. I'm really even more annoyed now, people are saying, because look at what might have been with this scene. And there's so many other scenes on the cutting room floor. What happened with Justice League was a big mistake. But what I would say in Warner Brothers and DC's defence, they had so many people coming from so many directions. Oh, you're too dark. This is really bad. Then you got Henry Cavill coming out, bless him, because I'm sure he was egged on by the studio. Oh, whatever we did, even if there wasn't a Marvel, we still would have had these bad reactions. Basically, guys, I don't agree with what he said. I kind of applauded his honesty at the time, if that's how he felt. But basically, that wasn't Henry's fault. That was the studio. They were just trying to show that they kind of understood what they thought people wanted. But the box office proved that people want the DCEU to do what it's done. People will moan, people will complain that they want a Christopher Reeve, Richard Donner Superman. I think we can have a smiley kind of sarcastic Superman at times, and it can still be rich, and it can still have the depth that Zack and Chris Nolan and David S. Goyer gave us. It can have a mixture going forward. It doesn't have to be one thing. I've already said to people, oh, some people saying that deleted scene wouldn't have worked in that film because he's not smiling. Well, Christopher Reeve's Superman didn't always smile. You're looking at things through rose-coloured glasses, no pun intended. But what I think going forward is Warner Brothers has certainly learnt their lesson. We're going to get the robust DCEU we all want. We're going to get this Snyder Cut. Get pumped. That's what people are telling me. And, you know, we now know there is footage of a black suit, just like a lot of insiders told us. And then they were coming back and saying, oh, no, I didn't mean to say that. So we know the situation now. We know we're going to get there. I believe in the DCEU. I believe in Man of Steel, BVS, Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman without a doubt. I love all the fans. I love the passion. I'm proud of these films. I'm proud of what Zack Snyder's achieved and his wife and everyone else involved. And I think we're going to get back to that to a point. It won't be totally 100%, but I think there'll be more of a balance. And I think these films will be loved by more and more people. I think someone kind of had a picture of a Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future 1 saying, oh, I don't think you guys are ready for that. And meaning Batman v Superman. But then I put on top of it, but your kids are going to love it. And I bet you in about 20 years' time, MOS and BVS will become cult classics. And they kind of are already, aren't they? Especially BVS. So we are proud of what Zack's achieved. We're proud of these 4 films, I think. I think Justice League was a bump in the road, but we shouldn't be upset. Keep on posting. Show Warner Brothers what we want. I think they know what we want. We're going to get the Snyder Cut, people. It's very exciting. I know a lot of people are angry about this deleted thing, but actually, I've just downloaded it on my PS3 and I've literally got it on repeat because I think it's awesome and it's popping up my soundbar since I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. So everyone, keep the faith because I'm loving the big reaction to this release and it makes the DCU so talked about. There's no publicity is bad publicity, so keep it going.